Evet dostlar, hadi bakalım. Baldur Gate maceramıza kaldığımız yerden tam gaz devam ediyoruz. Destek için sağ olun.
Looking for another chapter of dirty law for your biography.
You have but to ask,
Şimdi
and we can grant you a moment
burada
of pleasure.
ilginç bir
Don't
olayımız
be
vardı.
shy.
Para değil de bir hediye almıştık. Onunla başlayalım. Cinayet olayını çözdüğümüz için. Daha doğrusu tam olarak çözmedik de.
Silly. We are the gift. One free ride with me or my brother.
Or perhaps you have greater ambitions yet. Trust me, you don't want to miss my signature Mesobaranzan love trick. We are twins. We can make up a little show of kissing each other, but when we are hired at the same time, there are often many other clients in the room to attend to.
Yani şu ensesti sokmayın ya.
Ah, you're lucky, sister.
I'll be a little treat for you then. This way. We have a room upstairs over yonder side.
Şimdi bu olayın sonu normal bir yere bağlanıyor dostlar. Çok büyük bir esprisi yok bunun. Herkesle birlikte gidiyorum yukarı doğru. Yürüyeceğim mi abla? Yol biraz uzak. Ya oyunun içi aslında çok önemli bir şey değil ama oyun içerisinde bir etkinlik olduğu için bunu da size göstermek istedim açıkçası. Peki bir şurada bir ayıralım. Onlar bizi beklesinler artık. Mekan da güzel bu arada, görüyor musunuz? Yukarıda da bir olay dönüyor da.
You came. I'm so pleased. You can never tell who's going to get cold feet. So, now that you're here, what next? An experience no one else here will give you. A chance to be embraced in the dark. But what that means
Karanlıkta bizi kucaklayacakmış Allah. Bir şey göreceğinizi zannediyorsunuz, hiçbir şey göremeyeceksiniz burada dostlar. Bunu size söyleyeyim. Ben denedim, hepsini denedim. Yok, olmuyor.
What can I do for you? A tender touch, some sensory stimulation. It's all part of the experience. The room is bathed in total darkness, so there is nothing to distract from your ecstasy. There's no judgment in darkness. No shame. Just the sensation of two bodies together in the moment. Just because I'm a drow, you think I've got a whip between my legs and a stiletto wedged between my breasts. As I'm relatively new to this business, unlike my brother, I'm not comfortable letting my clients go too far.
Altın vermedik ki bizim. Hadi bakalım.
Let's begin.
Şimdi bu bölüm içerisinde neler yapacağız dostlar? Bu handa yapılacak birkaç olay var. Onları yapacağız. Sonrasında şu Raphael'le bir görüşeceğiz. Vos bizimle burada buluşmak istemişti. Vos'la bir konuşacağız. Ondan sonra eğer süre yeterse bir sonraki bölgeye doğru ince ilerleyeceğiz. Alt şehre doğru. Ama alt şehre ilerlemeden evvel bir Gortaş'la görüşeceğiz. Burası siyah bir ekran olduğu için zaten alt yazıda yazıyor orada. O yüzden ben de ne yapacağımızı açıklamak istedim.
Wow, someone's enjoying themselves.
She pulls you close, close enough that you can feel your hearts pounding against each other.
Narrator anlatıyor.
And kisses
Şöyle
you
oldu, böyle oldu.
deeply.
Hadi bakalım.
You're not sure how long your time together lasted, but it was long enough. By the end, you felt like you were floating in the dark, utterly at peace.
Peki. Bunun olayı buydu dostlar. Bari bir buff falan verseydi ya. Hani geçici bir buff falan vermesini isterdim açıkçası ama hiçbir şey vermedi. Neyse. Ablayla bir konuşalım.
That was wonderful. Perhaps you'll enjoy a drink in the bar before you brave the streets again. Even in the best of times, it's an oasis of pleasure and calm in the city's chaos. With Baldur's Gate preparing for war,
Saltığın ordusu
the
kapıya
caress
dayanmış.
feels like the
Burada
final flicker of a beautiful flame before darkness falls.
Peki, şimdi şuradan hemen geri kıyafetimizi giyelim abi. Giyeceğim mi? Eyvallah ablacığım, teşekkürler. Burada kullanacak bir şeyler var mı? Düzenbaz lokmamız varmış. Güzel.
Devil's Den.
Şeytanın ini.
Quite ready for you.
Şimdi bize bir anahtar vermişti ablam.
Moan loudly in the library at all times.
Kütüphane anahtarı. Kütüphaneye bir girelim. Şimdi burada gümüş bardakları falan alalım dostlar. Satarız. Burada niye iskelet var onu çözemedim. Dion'un günlüğü.
Doth thy mirror crack? Apparently not.
Okumak isteyenler için kısaca. Şimdi okumak isteyenler için yine kısaca gösterdim. Avcının delici bakışı. Pek bir olay yok da. Parşömenliğine. Tamamdır. Şurada kalıp sabun, sünger münger. Şu müzik kutusunu alalım. Tuşları da alalım. Bunlar para ediyor çünkü. Burada bir şey var değil mi? Hasır sepet. Bir dakika. Wardrobe'a da bak abi. Aha bak bu burada değişik kıyafetler var dostlar. Bunları Karl'a göndereceğim. Süngeri de alacağım. Aslında cukka işlerini ben Karl'la yapıyordum ama sonradan değil mi? Burada ne aldık ki fazladan mesela bu? Böyle hemen doldu. Tamam yüklüsü gitti mi? Gitti abi. Şimdi bizim için önemli olan o. Karl'la devam. Kitapları. Son bir kitap. Bu olayı çözmeseydik acaba? Yani burada ne gibi bir şey? Bak Say kitabıyla alakalı da ufak bir bilgi var burada. O Say kitabının da şeyini çözeceğiz dostlar sizlerle.
Lovely day this, for now.
Don't fret. You don't have to think about a thing.
Damn, it's good to be alive.
Just have such a headache.
Bunları bir alalım abi.
I mean, to try.
Anahtarı da al. Ya da bir şey yok değil mi? Tamam. Burada bir olay dönüyor. Ağlamış. Şu sağdaki abla sıkıntılı.
Am I beautiful?
More than beautiful. You are the aurora stretched across the north skies. You are the golden dunes swept across the Kalim. You are the fruit of the forbidden palm, soft on my skin, sweet on my tongue. You are my sin and salvation.
Your parasite stirs, and you gaze at the nymph through the flaming fist's hungry eyes. Your muscles shiver with her longing. Your skin burns with her heat.
Abla ağladı yumruktan.
What's wrong, Jara?
What are you? Wait, I know you.
I most certainly do. Jara is the most valued.
Your face. The Absolute has shown me.
Jara, what's going on? Who's this man?
Your head screams in agony. The change has come. Pustules boiling beneath your skin, your bones twisting, your flesh rupturing. And suddenly, silence.
What's happening?
Metamorfoz. Allah, zihin güzel oldu ya. Sallanıyoruz lan yine. Ne gitti? Kaç kere yapabilirsin ki onu? Bu arada Will'ı da biraz değiştirdim dostlar. Mix bir karakter yaptım Will'ı.
Watch this.
Ablacığım. Hemen.
Knees high.
Kimdir? Bunu bir indirelim ya. Hadi görüşürüz ya.
Seek and you shall find me.
Cara artık yok. Gaz lambası varmış burada. Şu gaz lambasından bir tane alacağım ya. Bu ne işe yarıyor? Bir işe yarıyordur mutlaka. Karakteri bayağı bir dostlar. Bir dakika. Şu ablayla bir konuşalım.
Hells. I'd heard tales of mind flayers. Talons sharp as daggers and tentacles yet more fearsome. But no tale did justice to its ethereal beauty. It floats like a butterfly. Its blood shimmers like silver.
Bunun zihnini şey altına almış ya bir şekilde.
How could I help it? I don't regret its death. But I marvel that such a work of art could ever live.
Her gaze intensifies. Your breath quickens and your heart skips a beat. The woman's senses are heightened and her fire stoked. The mind flayer is no mere curiosity, but an object of desire.
Why should I deny it? My urge is as natural as the grape upon the vine. But perhaps there are other flavors that might satisfy my palate. Rapture. Close your eyes and listen.
Şimdi bu abla buff veriyor. Geçici bir buff. Diğerinin aksine. Galiba diğeri de buff vermiş olabilir ya. Onu ben tam kontrol etmedim dostlar. Uzun dinlenme yapana kadar bir buff alıyorsunuz galiba.
Here you want for nothing. Here you are anything. You have one word. Tell me, what will you be?
Saygıdeğer, hoşnut, güçlü, zengin, zeki. Ne mi desek? Yani.
You are more than powerful. An emperor to emperors. Your head adorned with a crown of gold, diamond and ruby. The heavens tremble with the steps of your army. All beasts, all men and women, all creatures of the plains bow to your might.
Your flesh shivers, your heart bursts. True ecstasy for one fleeting moment.
Open your eyes.
Bu da zekayı seçsek ne olacaktı mesela? Zekaya geçici buff mı verecekti? Bak şu an görüyor musunuz? Bak, kafamızın üstüne bir şey çıktı abi. Bak. Bu değil. Coşku bak şu. Saldırı zarlarına, kabiliyet denemelerine artı şey aldık bak. Buff aldık, gördünüz mü? Mesela diğer karakterler yapsa onlar da alabiliyor mu?
I'm afraid I'm not taking.
Bak yeni müşteri aramıyorum.
Yes.
Ya, bu bir kişiye yapıyor sanırsam bunu. Bilemedim. Burada başka oda var mıydı dostlar? Sanırım yok. Şimdi şu iblisle anlaşmaya bir girelim. Gerektiği kadar uzadı bölüm. Yani böyle saçma sapan uzunluklarla. Şuraya bir girelim ya. İşte burası zurnanın zırt dediği yerlerden bir tanesi dostlar. Yine oyunda ufak dönüm noktalarından birisi var burada.
I will do whatever it takes. Give you anything you ask.
There is only one thing in this world that I desire. You do not have it, and you never will.
The Kithrak? What deal would he make with this devil?
You must help me, Raphael. For the sake of my people.
Hush now, Voss. These guests may not know it yet, but they want the same thing that you do. And unlike you, they have something of value to offer in return.
Lae'zel, Talak Magir. The devil holds the key to freeing the Gith people. Right here, right now. You could seal our fate. Whatever you discuss with this devil, I must hear of it. Find me below in the tap room, once you're loosed from his claws.
Nasıl yalvarıyorlar Raphael'i görüyor musunuz?
I'm glad you came. Not to my door, not yet, but to the final reckoning. One more thing before we begin, though.
Heh. Kafamızdaki şeyi susturdu. İmparatorluk duyamıyor bizi.
It's unsettling.
That was no party trick. Somebody's missing. Can't you tell? That illithid you keep in your pocket can't hear us anymore.
Huh. What's the catch?
The catch.
Oh, come. It's the reason you're in this predicament. And I'm your only way out of it. Indulge me. And at
Aslında güvenmiyorum da. Bir öyle desem ne olacak? Merak ettiğim için öyle söyledim.
You've impressed me. I wasn't sure you'd make it this far. But no matter how far you come, you're still on the road to ruin. A road that leads directly to a confrontation with the Elder Brain. At best, it will kill you and everyone else in this city. At worst, it will assimilate you, and you won't have enough free will left to even wish you were dead. You have the key to destroying it in the palm of your hand, though. Very perceptive. Yes. I can give you the means to break him free.
Bu iblislerle bol bol karşılaşacağız, anlaşmalar falan olacak dostlar. Paktlar yapılacak, paktlar bozulacak.
I suppose you'd rather suck on the Emperor's tentacles till the end of your days? Orpheus is your only hope of surviving this horror show without devolving into an illithid. To you, he will be a friend. After all, you're at war with an Elder Brain. If I'd realized you were so gullible, I'd have tricked you into selling your soul for a pocketful of beans when we first met. To the Emperor, you are nothing more than a beast of burden, one that will transport it to the Elder Brain. An ox requires food, and the occasional beating to keep it moving. You are simpler. The Emperor's words serve as both carrot and stick.
Perhaps it is true that Orpheus would ally with you against the Elder Brain. But if he proves uncooperative once free, you may have to kill him.
The Orphic Hammer. An artifact capable of shattering the chains that hold Prince Orpheus is held securely in my House of Hope, even now. Isn't it just? And it's even more convenient that you can give me exactly what I want in return.
There it is. Of course.
Power. You free Orpheus, and in doing so save the city, the Sword Coast, perhaps the whole world, and your own precious skin too. And you give me the crown that dominates the Elder Brain. And you, Lae'zel of Kalir, want to free the Forgotten Prince, do you not?
I want nothing more.
Then it is settled, is it not? A crown for a hammer. A bargain of a lifetime, Lae'zel of Kalir. Power. Ancient and full of wonder. I have craved it ever since the arch-wizard
Elder Beyni neter taşlarıyla kontrol ediyorlar ya, o taç kafasındaki.
And brought doom to the empire of Netheril. That was the great age of humanity. And Netheril's flying sky cities were the apex of civilization. I was there the day it all fell apart. Entire cities plummeted from the sky like angels with broken wings. The screams, oh, the screams. Hundreds of thousands of people watching in horror as the ground came up to meet them. It was not a happy meeting, and Casus was responsible. Not driven by malice, but by ambition. He forged a crown imbued with all the powers of magic. A crown that would make any who wore it a god. Men cannot contain so much power. The crown destroyed its creator, and his empire fell with him.
Could this be the crown worn by the Elder Brain? The word of a devil counts for little, but perhaps you could find more reliable proof on the arcane bookshelves of sorcerous sundries.
Casus' folly, the bards and scholars call it. I call it hope. The hope of creating a better world, and the perils of unchecked hubris. I knew then that the folly of mortals could be the triumph of devils, and that I could use that crown to unite the Nine under one Archdevil Supreme. Me.
Zariel wouldn't like that much. But even I'm not so desperate to spite her I'd put the hells in this bastard's hands.
I am no mortal, and I do not fail. The hells require order to function. It is what separates us from mortals and demons. With the crown, I would impose perfect order, unity, efficiency, control. My kingdom would control its borders and stay within them. It was stolen from right under my nose all those centuries ago. The archdevil Mephistopheles snatched up the crown and squirreled it away in one of his vaults. He is not more than a frigid archivist. So much power and potential kept inert. He made a miracle into a museum piece. I raged. But only for a decade or so. Then I waited, ever watching for more than 1,000 years. For a mistake, a mishap, a misadventure. And these chosen, who have caused you so much trouble accidentally, did me a favor. They brought the crown back into play. It is inevitable. When you destroy the brain, and you will because you must, the crown will be yours for the taking. And when that moment comes, you give the crown to me. In exchange, I give you the hammer now.
A simple transaction, it seems, but it's more than that. He's offering you an alternative to the mind flayer.
Yani iki farklı son, belki 3-4 farklı sona götürebilir bu anlaşma.
Orpheus free, you would have no need to rely on the Emperor. But there's no guarantee that Orpheus would be on your side. And if you take the deal, you'll have to fulfill it. You'll have to deliver the crown of Carsus to the devil himself. He claims his ambition is to unite the hells, but can he be trusted to stop there? Do you trust him more than you trust the Emperor?
Skvar! We should do as the devil asks. The Prince of the Comet must rise again.
Oh, I'm sorry, you were serious? The crown has laid low all who attempt to harness its power. Archwizards, emperors, gods. It would tear you apart.
Bakacağız, göreceğiz. Belki ayırmaz.
How short-sighted. Much better to put it into the right hands. Hands that will ensure it is removed from this world. And it's the only way you can ensure that you remain part of this world.
What? O anlaşmayı yapalım.
You can't be serious.
Right here. You'll find everything is in order. The moment I have your signature, you will have the means to free Orpheus. The hammer. You guarantee the crown will be mine once the brain is defeated, and I swear that I will never use the crown to dominate a mortal. I will come to collect. If you refuse to give me the crown, I collect your souls instead. And then we all gather in the House of Hope. Me dressed in my finest silks, you skinless, hanging from a hook to watch as your world dies.
Parlak, will, antipati, laser, sympathy.
Perfect. One more rhyme, for old time's sake. The master was slain within his own house. They dined on him both, the cat and the mouse. The hammer is yours. You will find yourself in Orpheus's presence before the end comes. When you do, shatter the chains that hold him. Be sure to keep the hammer safe until then. Your survival depends on it. And I'll keep your contract safe in my house of hope. I'll be seeing you, and when I do, we dine.
The ink has barely dried, yet you feel a growing disquiet at what exactly you just signed. Perhaps a diabolist can offer some comfort, or a way out. For a devil's bargain is a hard one to break.
Şimdi bizim bir satanist bulmamız lazım. Öbür tarafa geçip bir şekilde nereye geldi o? Ha, verdiği çekiç şu dostlar. Orfik çekici. Bunu Karl'a göndereyim, o taşısın yanında. Şimdi önce bir Lazel'la konuşalım.
I'd sooner have imagined shattering a planet with my bare fist than taking a deal with a devil. But we shouldn't regret the bargain, not for one instant. Raphael can have his crown, if it means breaking Prince Orpheus free. The prince will be suspicious, but he won't be reckless enough to turn on his liberators. There'd be too little to gain from our deaths, and too much to lose. Now, to the Sharess's Caress taproom. We must tell Voss the news.
Karl'la konuşalım.
In here I thought you had half a brain. How wrong I was. You signed a deal with Raphael. What were you thinking? Because why would a devil ever lie to you? What if you change your mind about giving him the crown? What if you decide that giving Raphael dominion over the Hells is a bad idea? And anyway, do you really expect him to keep his word? You think he'll stay far away from you forevermore, or will he come knocking again and again and again? As long as he has that contract, he owns you. I won't allow that. We're getting that contract back. You heard him, right? It's in his god's awful house of hope. We need to find a way in. I swore I'd never return to the Hells. But for your soul, I'll make an exception. Just this once. We need to find a diabolist. If we can find one worth their salt, they should be able to get us into that devil's lair. I'm getting in, getting your contract, and then I'm never setting foot in the Hells again.
Peki. Hadi bakalım.
There you are. I thought I'd lost you. Something was blocking me from hearing your thoughts. I can understand that. There's reprieve in solitude. But it's concerning that something could intervene like that, especially when we are so close to the Elder Brain. Do you have any idea what it was?
Desek. Zor ya. Oo, 4 attı.
Then the situation is worse than I thought. If it read your thoughts, it knows exactly what your intentions are, and it is already plotting countermoves to stop you. We must press on. I will bolster your mental defenses. Let us hope that allows us to regain some of our lost advantage before it finds you.
Çevresel savunmamızı mı güçlendirecek lan bu? Ama şurada bir yerde patlayabiliriz, ben size söyleyeyim. Bir şekilde olaya ayıkabilir yani. Şimdi şurada bir kayıt alacağım. Ne olur ne olmaz.
Voss, friend to the comet.
Lae'zel of Kalir, warrior of warriors. Tell me you took the devil's deal. Tell me you will free Gith's heir.
Şimdi hepsini duyuyor.
The hammer? How can it be that you came to possess it? Was it Raphael?
Bak bak
The
bak.
Prince of the Comet is not dead. The Prince of the Comet will come again. The Prince of the Comet will liberate us from the Lich Queen's tyranny. Can it be? Will the mighty Prince Orpheus soon illuminate the astral plane?
Gith's son will soon ride against Vlaakith, Voss, and I will follow him into battle.
And you will wield the greatest gift Mother Gith ever granted her dauntless children.
A silver sword. I will carry it for the honor of Gith, the great liberator, and her unforgotten son.
Istik, now that you have the hammer, you must find a way to enter the astral prism. Once inside, smash Orpheus's bonds. His cry will shake the plains, and I will fly to your aid. The Prince of the Comet will sear the heavens again. Let the Lich Queen tremble.
Think again. I will not permit your entry. No, I do not.
Questions, Istik? You seem to be lost in thought. The Prince of the Comet aches for Githyanki liberation more than he abhors Geich. He might seethe when you free him. He might gnash his teeth and slander your name. But he will see reason. I promise you. Yes. But you will meet this challenge, as you've met so many others.
Böyleydi acaba? Şimdi dostlar burada acaba ikileyebiliyor muyum? Bir şey deneyeceğim de. Neyse bu verecek zaten her türlü kılıcı ya. Gördüğünüz gibi şu kılıcı aldık. Bayağı da iyi bir kılıç. Bunu Lae'zel'a vereceğim. Lae'zel kullanacak bunu da. Şöyle yaparsak hatta. Ulan bayağı sağlam eşyalar almaya başladık da. Hop. Lae'zel'ın elindeki kılıcın daha güçlü versiyonu. Kılıç. Aha da burada. Abi. Efso. Çok iyi oldu. Tamam.
Which way to the nearest library?
Bacım bir dur da bir konuşak daha. Bayağı diyaloglu bir bölüm oldu yine dostlar. Yapacak bir şey yok. Hikaye noktalarında böyle.
The swords cleave both meat and mind, body and brain. To swing one, mesmerizing. To be slain by one, agonizing. Everyone I bleed with the sword will be my tribute to Prince Orpheus.
You recall another fact about silver swords. The Githyanki forbid their use by all other peoples.
Gith's children may wield swords of silver, unless a Githyanki grants the right in exceptional circumstance. The Illithid Grand Design nears. The true heir is shackled. These are exceptional circumstances. I grant my allies the right to my silver.
Vay.
Certainly not, or the Prince's honor guard would have already fractured his prison. To break Orpheus free, we will need the Orphic Hammer. A Kithrak's silver sword is more than a weapon. It is an extension of your will, an entire limb unto itself. You merely need to think strike, and it strikes. The sword carves the correct path, and carries your arm with it. The ancient slates tell us that each sword holds a fragment of the living gate, a flesh portal made from the stuffs of nightmare.
The terrible living gate, thinner than a lamb's hair and hidden deep beneath the Feywild.
The silver injures the body, the gate's flesh injures the mind, a formidable weapon against Geich. Very well.
Peki. Şu mekandan artık çıkabiliriz dostlar.
You paid Raphael a visit. I want to hear all about it. Damn, Hoots! That new batch burns stronger than a pit fiend's fist.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Take it however you want. But I'll be having my usual from now on.
Ugh. Her.
Oh. Raphael's latest client. Savior of the city, he says.
Yeah.
Indeed we do. Seems like an age ago that the boss sent me to keep an eye on you. And I must have done a damn fine job because here you are. Safe, sound, and already signed up to Team Raphael.
Bizi kurtaran. Hatun, tamam. Şeye düşmüştük ya zindana ya, şeyde, Goblin kampında.
When I'm not keeping my eye on potential clients like you, I make sure the House of Hope is fully secure. Devils often have prettier hordes than dragons. Sneaking thieves into their vaults is a lucrative business. Doesn't usually end well for the thieves. But sometimes the thieves are rich, smart, or well-connected enough to come back in one piece. Take our esteemed Lord Gortash, for example.
She's enjoying your company, and the liquor has loosened her tongue, but she's anxious about the direction the conversation's taking.
Benim için sürpriz oldu şu an dostlar. Bunu istiyorum dostlar. Oh, 35 attık be.
Yeah, a diabolist with a loose sense of duty and a hunger to be richer than Mammon. I almost wish he'd asked me. I'd have told him to stick his gauntlet where the sun don't shine and wiped that smug little grin off his face. Conversation's over. I've got to sober up and get back to work. We'll celebrate together in the House of Hope when the victory's won.
Vallahi bir şey öğrendik mi onu anlayamadım. Biri anlaşma yapmış dedi de isim verdi mi vermedi mi bak orayı kaçırdım dostlar. Şuralarda balık satıcısı bilmem nesi falan filan var. Almak isteyenler alabilir dostlar. Burada son bir diyalogumuz daha olacak dostlar. Bak şu çılgın herif var ya, bununla konuşacağız. Neyse, bir sonraki bölüme bu herifle başlayalım. Dostlar, buraya bölüm sonu diyelim. Macera devam edecek. Sonraki bölümlerde görüşene dek hepiniz hoşçakalın, kendinize çok iyi bakın. Kanala hala abone değilseniz alttan bir yerden kanala abone olmayı, ayrıca videoyu beğeni ve yorum yapmayı unutmayın.